Away from football between the Sandpoint Bulldogs and East Valley. And with me tonight up in the booth is our principal at Sandpoint Senior High School, Jim Wilund. Jim, pleasure having you. You've been here 3 years. Tell me a little bit about your background.
Well, I'm from Coeur originally, enemy territory, and I did my undergraduate work at the University of Idaho. My professional career includes teaching at Pierce, Idaho, Post Falls, Idaho, St. Mary's, where I taught for 3 years and was junior high principal for 5, and 3 years here in Sandpoint for a total of 15.
Well, you also played football for the Coeur d'Alene Vikings, so you're into football. What do you think about the Sandpoint athletic department here?
Well, we're turning some corners, I think. We're making progress. We had almost a complete turnover in our coaching staff my first year here, and almost all new head coaches. And we feel that we hired some very positive people, some people who are really helping our program.
Probably one of the things going on at the high school right now that everybody's concerned with is the double shifting. How is that affecting the high school?
Well, it certainly is different for kids to come to school at a quarter after 6 and start classes at 6:40. It's an inconvenience, to be sure. And really, educationally, it's not very sound because our class periods are shortened by 8 minutes apiece. We're running 47-minute periods, and that just doesn't give you enough time to accomplish the things that you really need to accomplish. Socially, I think it's really cutting down on the kids' social life, and I think social activity is a part of high school.
Well, what's being done about it right now to correct the problem?
At this point in time, they've had a number of committees, study committees, that have worked on the financial end of things and the planning end of things. And the projection right now, as I see it, is to try another bond issue in the spring with the hopes of passing a comprehensive plan that will take care of the needs of the Bonner County School District over the next 7 years.
And if they did pass that, you're probably still looking at a couple more years of the double shifting anyway.
At least. It takes at least 2 years to complete a high school the size of Sandpoint High School, and so we'd look at another 2 years probably. But if we could see some light at the end of the tunnel, I don't think it would be nearly as bad as it is right now. People could at least think, well, somewhere down the road we're going to get better.
Well, we're here for football tonight. Your opinion of the Sandpoint Bulldogs football team this year?
Young and improving. We had a rough start. We play that many sophomores, it's bound to happen. But we've got a great sophomore class. We've got a good nucleus of juniors and seniors to work around. So they improved. I thought last week's outing was really good. I was impressed with the way they played and the way they hit and the way they scored and their attitude. Tonight's a toss-up. I think they will compete real well with East Valley. If they come out and play, we'll be in the game.
Myself, I like the passing game, and we're seeing a lot of it lately. Do you hope they continue with it?
Oh, you bet. I'm a passing nut. When I was back in my coaching days, we threw 50% of the time. So anytime we throw the football, I'm excited.
Well, Jim, we appreciate you taking your time to be up here with us, and best of luck to you out at Sandpoint High School.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome to Bulldog football. Tonight it's Sandpoint against East Valley. Sandpoint coming in tonight with a record of 2-2 after a big win last week over Kellogg, 44-16. And East Valley, 1-1 on the season. They defeated Riverside and lost last week in an upset to Deer Park by a score of 26-22, I believe it was. And with me tonight in the booth, Gayle, Dolesby, and Gayle. Well, it was raining earlier, and right now it's let up a little bit, so hopefully we'll get some dry conditions.
The field looks real good. It is wet, but I think we are going to have a good evening. The temperature isn't too cold. Good football evening, and looks like we're going to have a good crowd tonight.
Well, I can see my breath, so we know it's colder than it was last week. Coming into town, I've seen snow all over the high drive. Of course, opening of elk season tomorrow, so that's going to be good for the hunters. But snow looked a little low, so we may have an early winter this year compared to what we had last year. So, but it makes it all good for football weather and good football conditions. And Bulldogs need a win here tonight. Talking to the coach a little earlier, you know, this could make or break their season here. They're 2-2, and a big win here would set them up for the trip down to Moscow next week and really build that confidence level. Right now we have the color guard coming out onto the field. and our national anthem to follow. Sandpoint High School band. And Gayle, before I let you give the starting lineups here for tonight's game, I'm going to real quickly give a big thank you to our sponsors, Sandpoint Motors, Sandpoint Discount Warehouse Market, Electric Craft, Ron Foster and Pacific Far West Insurance joined us, and we thank them along with Mama Luigi's and Club 21, and of course the great people at Furniture Exchange. And they're introducing East Valley. We'll go ahead and go with them. Number 3 is John Tiffany. Number 7 coming in out was Dan Matthews. I'll let you do the Sandpoint one here, Gayle, since I got this. 23 is Jeff Copley. We'll be telling you their size. And so, oh, one of their players came out and slipped down. 47 is Tim LaBooz. He made his debut out here. Number 54. Trying to find these real quick. Kyle Dodge. Number 63 is Paul Richardson. Number 65 is Chad Powers. Number 66 is Tim Johnson. Not a real big team. We'll take a look at him here pretty quick. And number 72 is Kirk Kindevogel. And, you know, and one more player coming out, number 88, Scott Halterman. And it gives you an idea of how slippery that field is tonight.
Starting lineup for Sandpoint, the number 63, Brian Opa, number 53, Scott Anderson, number 51, Lance Wickton, getting ahead of me here, 74, John Meany, 72, Doug Marks, 85, Todd Brannigan, number 1, with Chad Childress, 32, is
James Malcolm,
Leonard Plaster, number 33, and Esau, 46, 14, quarterback Cliff Anderson.
Well, we're not going to have that competition with the band all night. They only play a few times. We'll, of course, be talking about all these kids as we go through the game tonight. You have some...
Just quickly, let me give the starting lineup, a defensive lineup for Sandpoint 2.
Well,
left tackle will be John Meany. Right tackle will be Doug Marks. Left end is Cliff Anderson. Right end is Todd Brannigan. Inside linebacker, Scott Anderson. Inside linebacker, Lynn Plaster. Outside linebacker, Tom Russ. Outside linebacker, Jeff Ward. The corner, one of the corners is Steve Shell. The other corner is James Patterson. And free safety is Chad Childress.
Okay, Sandpoint's won the toss. They've elected to receive. We do have very wet, muddy conditions down in the field tonight, but still the field looks in pretty good shape. They do a super job with it here. And you have a little trivia coming up for us later and some other things. You're going to tell us about some of the sports that happen around. I'm sure we can deal with that. Can't wait tonight.
As the game progresses, it looks like we're getting ready to start down here, Larry. And it does look like a real good night for football. Let's hope we have good results for Sandpoint tonight.
Okay, I don't have the best view in the world, so sometimes I'm going to have to lean out. Well, wait a minute. Maybe we can slip around Tom a little bit here. We can get out here where we can get a better position on this. I might have to stay where I am, Gayle. We can change this around a little bit later, I think. As deep to receive will be Malcolm and Childers. Low kick, not going very far. As Malcolm picks it up, he had an 85-yard kickoff return last week, but not this week on the first one. And I still can't get over that return he had last week at 85 yards, Gayle. Just a beautiful one.
Great.
He told me he was going to try to break one for me tonight.
Well, let's hope he can do it. He didn't do it on that one, however, but they're out on the 32, 1st and 10, and getting ready for the first place in scrimmage.
Look at all those chairs down there we could go set in, Dale. Nobody's here yet. A lot of people probably getting ready for elk hunting tomorrow, so it could keep the crowd down a little bit. Good crowd on hand from Kellogg tonight. As Anderson starts out in the quarterback position, he's going to put it up right away, puts it up long. Childers is there, he's got it. And he's going to be brought down about the 44-yard line in East Valley territory. And we knew they were going to put it up, but I didn't think they'd do it on the first play.
A great job by Childers. He was open, wide open on that play. He went inside, faked inside and went outside, and the defender lost track of him and made a pretty easy catch.
Talking to the East Valley coach a little bit earlier, they knew Sandpoint would put it up a few times.
Well, they've probably been looking at some of the films, Larry. To me, this has been one of the most potent passing teams I've seen in Sandpoint.
Pitch back to Malcolm. He's going to pick up about 2 as he hit that right side of the line.
This has to be one of the best passing teams that I've ever seen at Sandpoint, if not the best.
Now they, it's surprising too, considering their number 1 quarterback is out, Dean Plaster, but Anderson and Vandenberg have came through and been excellent.
Very capable, both of them, and I think alternating the quarterback that Coach Barlow has been doing is really working very successful.
Vandenberg, quarterback right now, hands off to Malcolm. He gets down to about the 40. So it's going to bring up about 3rd and 6. And I was out here earlier watching Thornton kick him through from 45 yards out.
Yeah, he's doing it again. He's a strong kicker, like we said before. If he keeps it up, he could end up in the pros someday.
Well, Childers will come out to the right side. Malcolm and Plaster in the backfield. Anderson's going to put it up. He's got a man open, Shell. And it's going to be a first down as Shell is knocked out around the 29-yard line.
Right. Good play, nice pass, and right on target. And Shell took it and headed downfield, forced out of bounds. Nice play.
Just underway in the first third of play, 10-14 left to go in the first period as the Bulldogs pick up their second first down with the pass. And the Bulldogs looking good on those passes as Vandenberg, quarterback, Plaster, and Malcolm in the backfield. Big pick back to Malcolm. He's going to get maybe 3 or 4 yards as he works his way down to about the 26. We can see the monitor. Can't see that part of the field. Maybe later we can, Gayle. We'll move around. I'd like to thank Discount Warehouse for being a sponsor of Bulldog football. For the lowest grocery prices in North Idaho, stop in and see them. They're open 7 days a week. They open at 7 a.m. till 11 p.m. And that's for your convenience. Stop by and say that's Discount Warehouse. We'll talk more about them in just a second. And there's the Bulldogs. Anderson in at quarterback. Shell goes in motion. Handoff right up the middle to Malcolm, and he's only going to get to about the 25, so it'll make it about 6 yards short of the first down. As I was saying about Discount Warehouse Market, you have to stop in and see their hot sheets. They have prices that just can't be beat. Hot sheets guarantee the best prices in town. Stop in and see them for their low prices, not only in produce, but the meat departments. And they have a store convenience for you, too. Stop in and see them. Discount Warehouse Market, Highway 95 in Sandpoint. Third down, and I think we'll see him go to the air again, but Vandenberg's capable of putting it up, no doubt about that. He threw a touchdown pass last week. And he goes back, takes it, pumps it once, puts it up. Nice catch in there by the number 1 man that has been catching the passes. Todd
Vandenberg. Super outstanding catch. He was almost on the ground, but he had to go down and get that ball. He trapped it, keep it from touching the ground, made a successful pass completion. Excellent play by Todd Vandenberg.
So good drive going by the Bulldogs. And that's something their offense has been doing the last couple of games, moving that ball. Childers goes wide to the left. Vandenberg still in at quarterback. Looks like it could have been no flag down on it. Plaster with the ball. Breaks it, might go all the way. He's in touchdown. So Plaster has a beautiful run.
Down the left side by Plaster. He just totally outrun the defender. One defender hit him on about the 2-yard line, but he just powered right over the top of him into the end zone. Great play.
is good. So with 9:06 left to go, first period of play, the Bulldogs lead it 7-0.
Thornton almost kicked that one away. He seems to be getting stronger. And speaking about the quarterbacks, they seem to be getting stronger. And you know, after that first game when unfortunately Dean Foster went down with that foot injury, the two quarterbacks, Cliff Anderson and Jay Vandenberg, seem to be getting stronger every game. And like I said before, alternating in and out with the plays by the coach is really seems to be working effectively. Just great. Doing a good job. What else can you say, Larry?
Untangling all of our wires here.
Yeah.
We had some video problem last week, and we want to talk about that. Hopefully we're not going to have, or audio problems,
right,
and hopefully we're not going to have that same problem. We're not sure if there's something being keyed. You know, a lot of times the coaches talk back and forth down the field. We're not sure if that was the interference we were getting last week or what it was. And
well, if we were ABC, we'd just get a whole new equipment, new cameraman and everything. But unfortunately, we're not. Right, Tom?
Yeah. I think that takes money. Good kick by Thornton, down to about 7, fumbles it. And he's Valley over quickly to pick it up. Number 7 gets a fairly good return back. Nailed by a couple of Bulldog players.
Good job on that tackle by Scott Anderson. He grabbed it from behind and threw him right down the ground. One-on-one tackle.
Well, if I don't have the earphones on, that means we can go sit down. And that's what we're going to do, is we're going to work our way over. Of course, nobody can see what we're doing. I guess I don't have to tell them, huh, Tom? Hand you back this cord, get my cup of coffee.
And about the time we get sit down, the people will come in and take the seats away from us.
And we can go one more. Oh, no, that's fine. So we're all situated, back to the ball game.
Okay, we missed that play, Larry.
I didn't miss it. They picked up 3 yards.
You see who made the tackle, though?
Sure I did.
Yeah, right.
Wait till the instant replay.
Yeah.
We got a timeout on the field. Let's do the same. Bulldogs lead 7-0. Oh, no, that's all right. That's all right. Well, actually, it isn't a timeout, so we'll hold it right here. So 8:21 left to go. First period of play. Bulldogs leading 7-0. Third, well, let's call it 2nd and 8. Well, let's call it 2nd and 13.
It looks like maybe a Bulldog jumped prematurely there. I don't know, but it looks like they might be calling it against, yeah, they are. They're calling it against
East Valley. Well, the Bulldog player made the move, but he didn't make any contact, and he got back before the ball was snapped, and then East Valley player jumped. Well, we have junior varsity programs going on right now, and freshmen, you're going to tell us about that here in a little while.
Yeah, I was here announcing the freshman game last night. The kids did a real great job. They won.
Bulldogs struck early as they made a nice drive down the field. A couple of nice pass plays. And then Plaster took it in from about 10 yards out as East Valley having their problems getting the ball snapped.
That's a good job by Plaster. Flanker jumped, he ran right into him, and of course the officials stand right there and see the flag.
Okay, I'm going to do one more thing here, Gayle. Like you said, we just stole these chairs, and if anybody shows up, we'll have to give them up. Oh, it feels good to sit down. I'm going to make a little bit of noise here with the mic, because I'm going to take the mic off and hook it onto something else. And we're both going to move up close to it, and both move up close to it.
Yeah, right.
And talk into it, hopefully. Let's see what I can get here. That's not going to work. Yeah, the good thing about TV, they can see what's going on. There's a pass. Oh!
Complete.
No, incomplete.
Incomplete, yeah. Defending on the play was Chad Childress, and, well, we got to find the other number down here. Where's he at? It was number 3, and I thought, well, the announcer, Ron Hansen, said it was Chad Childress, but,
well, there's definitely another one out there with him.
yeah.
It was James Patterson.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to have to put this mic somewhere. We're going to put it up again, and it looks like it's going to be picked up by Childers. Got some running room down to the 20, down to the 15, and going to be brought down about the 9-yard line. Let's get the microphone back here. I'm going to put it back on. Because we just can't stay with it that way. I was trying to hook it up so you could, right, so we could hear you.
Yeah, that was a great interception by Chad. He just stepped right in front of the receiver and ran down the sidelines. And too bad he couldn't run all the way, but it was a great interception. And gee, it looks like we're starting off just like we left off last week, and it's great, Larry.
Well, the defense hot tonight too, along with the offense. First and goal from the 9 is after the interception by Childers. Pitch back to Malcolm, just to about the 5. Still on his feet, and they blew the whistle.
Yeah, they called the play dead, although he got away from the defender and ran it in, but of course maybe the defender let go of him. I don't know.
He might have heard the whistle and let go,
But I tell you what, Larry, this team, you know, like you said, offense and defense looks great tonight. It just looks like they're getting stronger every game. Let's hope it keeps up.
Second and 6 from the 6. Pitch back to Malcolm again. He might go in. Touchdown Bulldogs.
He gets flat out running defenders in it. He ran to the corner and touchdown Bulldogs. Great play.
That's got to be great for the Bulldog fans.
Yeah, it sure does. I don't think anybody figured that East Valley would be this easy to score on. Thornton in now, trying for the extra point again. Cliff Anderson holding the ball. It's good. That one there also looks like it might have gone into the lake.
Well, I had him turn my earphones up.
Can you hear it now, Larry?
It's blasting me out. How about there? There we go. So the Bulldogs strike early twice and lead it 14-0 as Plaster took the first one in. Malcolm takes the second one in from the 6-yard line. I'm going to disagree with you here, Gayle. So, 6:37 still left to go in the first period of play. Bulldogs lead it 14-0. And as both backs have a touchdown, Childers set up the second touchdown with an interception and a good return back to 11. Another nice kick by Thornton, sent the receiver deep to the 3. He's got some wide open field. As Matthews gets it all the way out across midfield, well, almost to midfield, the 46-yard line, but we do have a flag on the play.
It looks like it could be either clipping or blocking below the waist. Holding penalty against East Valley.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I hope I'm okay.
You still having trouble with your earphones, huh? Is that what
they're too loud still.
Well, that's going to push East Valley back to, looks like about, where do we start the ball at, Larry? What about the 20-yard line?
Well, the 19.
19 and a half. You get those earphones squared away up there?
Yeah, I think I should have stayed home tonight, Gayle. Maybe found something else to do. First and 10 for the Knights, and this time they're going to put it on the ground. And they're going to get out to first down territory after about the 31-yard line.
Chad Childers on the tackle with a little bit of help from Doug Mark.
Bulldogs lead it early, 14-0, thanks to Pacific Far West Insurance for being part of our broadcast tonight. They just bring in your policy for a new quote, and they can save you some money on the same day quote. Stop in and see all their fine people They're more than willing to help you. They have Allstate, Northwestern, National, Mission, American, Equitable Life Insurance, the Pacific Far West Insurance in downtown Sandpoint. Well, the Eagles pick up a yard on the play.
John Amy was on the tackle that time.
You know, not only has their offense come alive, Gayle, but their defense has really impressed me a lot lately, too. They look
The
good.
last 2 games, the defense has played outstanding. And, well, so far tonight, we're not that far in the game, but we're ahead 14 points. And we must be doing something right.
Me? I wear my Canadian shirt every time I've worn it. We've won.
All right, keep wearing it.
I got to wash it one of these days, so.
No, don't wash it. That might change well.
There's another good run. Oh! Got a saving tackle by Leonard Plaster. And there's number 45 of East Valley. That's Doug Peterson, 5'11", 155-pound senior. Almost picked up the first down, just about a yard shy of it, but it looked like Plaster hadn't nailed it, and he could have went for a lot more.
Yeah, he grabbed hold of his jersey and pulled him down. For sure. It's a third down play this time. The sideline marker was wrong on the last play.
So we'll bring up 3rd and 2. Short 2. Sounds like we've got an active crowd below us, Dale. Hand off again to Williams. He's got the first down and more. That's Peterson, I'm sorry.
That looks like a tackle by Brian Holinka, number 63. I do believe I'm sorry. I believe that was Scott Anderson, number 53.
Well, East Valley's been known to take it right to you. They like hitting that middle and going right over the top of you, and they're starting to move the ball pretty well on the ground now. They did put a couple of passes up, and Chad Childers picked one off, set up the second Bulldog touchdown.
Yeah, they might be a little gun-shy about passing right now, Larry.
Well, they'll come right at you with that wishbone. There's a good tackle.
Excellent tackle.
That's by Scott Anderson getting through.
Yeah, and he has help from Todd Brannigan to help him finish him off. Great play by Scott Anderson. He just shot through the middle and right past the blocker and knocked him for about a 2-yard loss.
Loss of 2. Of course, the Bulldogs scored 44 points last week. And we're going to ask the people this question now, and we'll tell them later in the game. When was the last time they scored more than 44 points?
Yeah, get your trivia book out.
So the defense digging in well now. Rustin on that tackle. So they're going to have to maybe put it in the air.
Yeah, I think so. 3rd and 11. Speaking of how well the Bulldogs are doing, I'd like to talk a little bit later about injuries. This team's really been racked with injuries, and in spite of that, they're doing outstanding. In fact, we got some players that are playing right now that are injured. Well, yes, they're the what? That are injured right now, and they're playing and doing a capable job.
I thought you said somebody was out there with a heart injury. There's a reverse. Some good running room. It's going to pick up first down and finally brought down by Chad Childers. But not before he picked up first down yardage and into Bulldog territory down to the, about 39, Gayle.
Yeah, that reverse had the Bulldogs going the wrong way, but fortunately we stopped where we did. But Chad had a little help on that play from Jeff Ward bringing him down.
We're going to talk about your bed here pretty soon.
Don't get personal.
Well, we're going to... Oh, no. I'm just going to tell you about this great deal we have, okay? All right. Furniture Exchange has a great deal for you, Gayle, but you're going to have to tell us a little bit about your bed, maybe. All right? Okay. That's not personal. 2:31 left here, first period of play. And the Knights moving the ball right now well on the ground.
Yeah, there was Scott Anderson and Tom Russ, Todd Brannigan in that tackle.
East Valley Knights?
East Valley Knights, yeah. Okay. I think the defense is, now there's a timeout, and I think...
Let's do the same here, Gayle. We need to take a timeout. So Bulldogs lead it 14-0. No way we can intercept that to see if we're... Oh, turn that down a little again, would you? Nothing. 2:06 left to go here, first period of play. Bulldogs look good to start with, but East Valley now starting to move the ball. And definitely just because they're down 14-0, you can't count them out of it.
No way. I think we're kind of surprised by Sandpoint's first two scores. It looks like they're bearing down. They're a tougher team than the score indicates at this point in the game, I'm sure.
Well, size-wise, they're about the same as Sandpoint. I'm not sure about speed yet, but East Valley's always been known to have a player or two with excellent speed.
Yeah, they have.
In the backfield, we'll pick them up here for you, try to give you their size. But they are just about the same size. They have been moving the ball quite well on the ground, and they continue to do so as they, well, it's out of our position now. I'll go by the monitor.
Yeah, they seem to be doing well on that left side. Coach Slaughter called the timeout a minute ago when we had the commercial break, and I'm sure he talked to him about defense a little bit because it seems like maybe East Valley has found a weakness or something in our defense because they haven't been able to move the ball up to this point. However, it's still early in the game.
Well, we went and taped the volleyball game last night. Just a reminder, when they see this game Wednesday night, tune in the next night. No. And we'll talk about that later.
Thursday night.
Well, we did go see the volleyball game last night anyway, and Sandpoint has up their volleyball record to 12-0, but Coeur d'Alene gave them a fight.
I'll tell you what, that was one of the best matches I've seen over at Sandpoint, well, in years. Outside of St. Mary's, really they're the only ones that have challenged Sandpoint Jim recently.
Well, you can see that Coeur d'Alene's volleyball program is definitely improving because that's one of the stronger Bulldog teams I've seen in years, but
I'll tell you what, they had Sandpoint scared. Their new coach is doing a good job for them.
From the 22-yard line at Sandpoint, they put the ball intercepted by Tom Ross, and he brings it back out to the 40-yard line. I don't know if he knew where he was exactly. It looked like he would have went around the end. He may have gone all the way.
Yeah, I don't know. The quarterback, I don't think should have thrown that ball. There was about 3 Bulldogs around that one receiver, and of course, that's not taking anything away from Russ. He did a great job on the interception and gave Sandpoint possession of the ball. Good job.
So, second interception of the night for the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs with 21 seconds left to go, first period of play, already leading at 14-0, have the ball again. Vandenberg in, quarterback, a little jump in the backfield by Plaster that time, so we'll bring this one back. Don't get excited.
Flag on the play, and the official was looking right at Plaster when he jumped. So.
Well, I've seen Plaster jump on that, so they're definitely going to bring it back.
And speaking about that volleyball game last night, Larry, you know, that coach that Coeur d'Alene has now, I think he's in his second year now. He was recruited, I say recruited, I don't know how he got up here, from Cerritos, California, which is in Orange County, and he had a nationally ranked high school volleyball team down there for like 3 or 4 years. So there's no question he's a quality coach, and with the resources they have in Coeur d'Alene, I don't think there's any doubt that within a few years he's going to build that program up to what it was.
Well, you know, volleyball is getting to be quite the thing. Well, they started to let that clock run again, and I think on a penalty the clock doesn't start again until the play starts, so they're going to go back to 6 seconds. Well, they don't need to reset the clock to do that. The play will take 6 seconds.
Yeah, right.
Vandenberg Well, the 1st and 15, he made a good pass to Childers, which would have been a first down, but there was movement in the backfield. Handoff fumble in the backfield, and I think Malcolm got over to it in time as there was a mix-up in the handoff between Vandenberg and Plaster. And that'll end our first period of play with the Bulldogs leading at 14-0. Well, Gayle, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you ever wake up feeling unrested?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I do a lot, I know. You feel tired all day?
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know?
Yeah, sometimes.
You ever wonder why, maybe?
Well, yeah.
When was the last time you checked your mattress? You sleep on it a lot?
Well, every night, yeah.
You know, you get out and drive your car every day and you use it all the time, and eventually, you know, that you're going to have to replace that car, and people don't think about that when it comes to their mattress. And if you're not sleeping comfortably and you're having a lot of problems with it, you should check that mattress out. Why should it last longer in your car? Some people keep that mattress 40, 50 years, and it's not good for you. You know, you need to replace them once in a while. No keys to try, nothing free, just good, honest prices at Furniture Exchange, where they're having a Simmons Fall bedding sale. Twin sets start at $180, full sets at $270, queens at $320, and king sets at $400. They also have beauty rest at reduced prices and many others to select from. So please stop in at the Furniture Exchange, change that mattress, and get a good night's sleep. Wake up feeling great.
Maybe I'll have to go see Ernie down there again.
I would.
After that speech, I'm going to have to. That last play was an incomplete pass from Cliff Anderson to yeah, I remember who it was, too, and I don't remember.
I was talking about that comfortable mattress.
Yeah, yeah, I was thinking about sleep.
$14-0, Bulldogs leading it at the end of the first period. There goes Vandenberg on the keeper. It's going to be shy of the first down, though, and they're going to, well, geez, nowhere near the first down. Okay, why, Gayle? 3rd and 18. Why didn't they put the ball up in the air?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they thought, you know, Vandenberg is a capable runner. Maybe they figured they
just catch him off guard.
Catch him off guard a little bit. I don't know why.
So Anderson in to do the kicking. First time the Bulldogs have had to punt tonight. As dropping deep for West Valley is number 7. Nice kick by Anderson. As Matthews waits for it, and he's not going to get back too far as Childers right there to bring him down on about the 31-yard line.
You had Malcolm, and you had Neer, and you had Holenka and Plaster, and all in on that tackle. Good coverage by the special teams.
Tell me a little bit about these injuries.
Yeah, you know, we were talking about injuries. The Bulldogs really been racked with injuries this year, and some of them are back, you know, like some injuries already that they've had in the season, but the ones that are still out right now, Dean Plaster, of course, we all know he got hurt in that first game, and he's still out, and probably be out maybe for the season or at least for 3 more weeks. Brian Porter broke his foot in the Wallace game, and he's out for the season. Eric Becker, running back, he hurt his shoulder, and he may be back next week. We don't know. I'll tell you about the rest of them after this play.
1st and 10 for East Valley. They've been able to move the ball well on the ground, but they haven't been able to get in the end zone because of a couple of interceptions by the Bulldogs. So their defense coming through, and as much as the Bulldogs were picked off in the first game or two with touchdown passes over their heads and stuff, their defense in that backfield came through.
Yeah, in on that tackle that time was Cliff Anderson, Chad Childers, and Lynn Plaster.
The game about 4. That volleyball game, by the way, since they'll see this Wednesday night, we'll make mention of it. It'll be aired Thursday night after Thursday night videos. So if, as you said, Gayle, it was a super game, and Coeur d'Alene won one of those games. They didn't win the match, of course. Bulldogs won it, but Coeur d'Alene threatened them right up to the end of it. Took them into the 3rd game, and for a while there wasn't much of a lead. Then the Bulldogs finally got that momentum going again and come out and won it.
That was John Nemi and Lynn Plaster in that tackle. And yeah, that game last night, you know, the second game that Coeur d'Alene won, I cannot remember the last time that Coeur d'Alene has beaten Sandpoint even one game.
You know, a lot of people last night were saying that, and one of their goals, it wasn't one of their strict goals, was to try not to let anybody even win a game on them, let alone a match.
Right.
But
I think that's the first game they've lost all season.
well, talking to Dave Self last night, he thinks it's good for him, though, to know that there are teams out there that are improving. Nice tackle in the backfield by number 53 of the Bulldogs. That's Scott Anderson breaking through to...
Great tackle by Scott. He penetrated well past the lineman and caught him in the backfield for a loss. Yeah, anyway, getting back to that game, I think I agree with Dave Self, because I was even... Before, after that strong showing they made in that first game last night where they won 15-1, I thought to myself, well, when they go down to Coeur d'Alene, they might go down a little overconfident if they really go after this team. So maybe it was good they lost, because they won't go down there not expecting a real challenge next when they play them down there.
Fourth down, East Valley will kick it as they trail at 14-0. High snap. Gets the bad kickoff, though. It's going to bounce at the 40. Gets an East Valley roll. Childers going to pick it up. And right there to fall on it for the Bulldogs. We'll wait till he gets up. Back there with him was number 3 of the Bulldogs. That's Patterson, I believe.
James Patterson.
Yes.
Yeah, James Patterson, by the way, is one of the guys on the injured list. He's playing with a broken thumb, I believe, and he has been for about the last 2 weeks. Doing a very capable job, too.
Well, it's good to have him back, or it might have been East Valley's ball.
Yeah.
So I was kind of surprised Childers picked that one up, though, because East Valley guy was right on him then. But, you know, when you can run the ball like he can, you want every opportunity.
Plays like that still causes the coach to have nightmares.
Well, Patterson, Evans was right there to fall on it. 9:09 left to go, first half of play. As Vandenberg got a big hole up the middle for Malcolm. He's going to get some good yardage out of it. 5 or 6 yards.
Yeah, it looks like Scott Porter's in the game right now. He was the man in motion on the last play.
We should probably talk about some of that offensive line tonight, too, Gayle.
Yeah, they're doing a super job now. Well, we'll get to this play.
We have Scott Anderson, John Nemi, Doug Marks, Todd Brannigan, Brian Hollington, all on the line up front for the Bulldogs. Anderson into the game for the quarterback. Now he's going to put it up. Scott Childers there. What a catch.
Oh, beautiful catch by Childers. He cut right in front of the defender, and he was almost on his knees when he caught the ball. He trapped it to keep it from hitting the ground, and good catch. Nice reception.
We'll have to get a lot of credit to Anderson in there. He threaded the needle on that one as he had
it was right on target.
Two defenders right there, and he hit him. And Childers comes up with a good catch right on the Bulldogs' 49-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. So the Bulldogs offensively tonight can show that they can still move the ball, whether it's on the ground or in the air. And boy, when you can do that, when you can mix the two up, you're going to give the other team some nightmares.
Certainly are.
Oh! As
That's that wet grass and you slip.
Laster slipped down. Well, they're putting different players in on us tonight. 32.
32
is Malcolm.
Yeah. I think Scott Porter's the only new one in there on offense right now. I don't know whether he's still in there or not. He's not in there right now. Yes, he is. Yeah. He's playing the flanker position in place of the starter, Steve Shell.
As Brannigan, that was deflected before it got to him, almost picked off.
See, there's a position that ordinarily I think Scott Porter is the number 3 flanker, and he played in the JV game last night. But I know Steve Shell's been suffering with injured ribs, and Tom Rust, Steve Shell's backup, had some sort of a minor injury himself lately here. So, like I say, they've overcome these injuries. The Bulldogs have done a good job. I'll mention the other injuries here in a minute.
Bulldogs have it, 3rd and let's call it 9. Vandenberg in at quarterback. Shell in motion, or Rust in motion. There's a handoff. No, he's going to fake it, puts it up. Nice diving try by number 33 of the Bulldogs, Plaster, and just a little too far out in front of him, but give Plaster credit for a great try.
Yeah, that was a nice pass, and just let him a little bit too far. A nice try by Plaster. It could have worked.
And the ball probably somewhat a little bit slippery out there tonight. Well, you know, we're not getting the rain like, boy, I tell you, it just poured just before game time.
Yeah. Velicic and Muir are in the game now.
Oh, fourth down. Anderson will drop back to front. You know, having him as quarterback, too, you never know if he might take that sometimes. Well, flag on the play. I think there was too many men on the field. Well, Childers misses the tackle. Number 63 of the Bulldogs finally grabs him, gets a hand on him. That's Brian Hollica. A couple other people helped him on the tackle.
There's a motion penalty against the Bulldogs that time.
Most time to me for me to make mention of something, okay?
All right.
Electrocraft, you been in there?
Oh, yeah.
Boy, I'll tell you what, they got some great stuff in there. Big electronic sale going on right now, 5% over cost on Sony products, including video cameras, TVs, monitors, VCRs, complete home entertainment system, all at Electrocraft here in Sandpoint to serve you. That's 400-seater. Connie is small. Give them a call at 263-9516, but better than giving them a call, stop by and look. Boy, they got some great equipment in there.
Yeah, well, one thing I was impressed with on last week's telecast, the slow motion replays that Tom inserted in the broadcast.
Yeah, it was kind of nice of you, Tom. Slow motion. We enjoyed that last week. You couldn't get slow motion of me, maybe, could you?
But I think the equipment was provided by Electrocraft.
Yeah, so Electrocraft did
down there.
provide that. And did you watch Malcolm's 85 kickoff return on that 80-yard kickoff return? And boy, that was nice.
Yes, it was. Full motion replay, and I guess that probably you can talk Common and do a little bit more of that.
We find a crucial play and we'll do it every time.
We've had 3 or 4 good ones already tonight. We have a timeout. We should have probably jumped in there and taken one, but I think I missed it. So, trivia question.
Yeah.
We given them time to think it over.
Okay, you want to tell them or shall I?
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll kind of lead into it. I kind of thought maybe late 70s, you know, because everybody was talking about it. Well, Bob Hamilton out at the high school, I asked him about it the other night, and then you seen him, I believe, today, and he had the answer for us. And if you need to know something about high school football, there's the guy to ask.
He's Mr. Trivia, I'll tell you that. Yeah, sure.
I'll let you tell him.
All right, Bob Hamilton says that in 1971, Sandpoint beat both Falls 52-0.
And that was the last time they scored 44 points or more in a football game.
And I asked Bobby Moore, he was around then too, if he could remember anybody that was on that team. He says, don't ask me something like that happened that long ago.
Well, 71 would have, I don't think I could remember anybody. Of course, I go back further than that, I think. See, what am I now, 29?
But anyway, you trivia experts out there, if you could come up with anything like that for us on the show, we'd be happy to have it and use it on the show for the rest of the fans.
We just have to ask Bob.
Well, that's true.
6:42 left to go, first half of play. Bulldogs leading at 14-0 on a touchdown run by Malcolm and also by Plaster, but Malcolm's touchdown was set up by an interception by Childers. They're going to put it up, and caught by number 9 of East Valley, and he's going to get it down into Bulldog territory, about the 33-yard line. And that was, well, let's see, Sean Okert.
Yeah, he's a tall one.
Well, it says he's 6'3", 180. He's a junior.
Yeah, he was head and shoulders.
Well, let's go maybe back. We have a flag, and it looks like it's against East Valley. And it's a shame for them because it was a nice reception.
Yeah, James Patterson and Chad Childers were defending on that play, and Childers did bring him down after he made the reception. But like you said, Larry, it's going to go back because of the flag.
52-0, 1971.
That's what Mr. Hamilton says, and I wouldn't argue with Bob Hamilton.
I wonder what their record was that year.
Well, we could probably find that out. He probably has the record somewhere.
And maybe Post Falls is just really bad.
And maybe they were, yeah.
Moscow next week.
Yeah, right. Got to be ready. Looks like the Bulldogs are ready. Well, let's not count past right now, but
well, Moscow usually has a good team. Good defense made by the Bulldogs. There's number 41, Tom Russ, making the tackle.
Tom Russ and Scott Anderson again.
Anderson playing good football for the Bulldogs.
Yeah. That whole defense looks great. They're doing a lot better job. Getting back to those injuries. Well, they're coming out again. Getting back to those injuries, there's a couple more I want to mention. David Hall, he may be back next week. He got injured in an accident with Eric Fisher a 3 weeks ago. Jaron Van Horn's apparently out for the season with bruised and broken ribs. I guess he got hurt in the West Valley game.
3rd down and 8. Quarterback back to pass. A little screen. Set up to number 23. And we got flags down again.
It looks like it probably might be a flip against East Valley.
We don't have
in that area of the field.
We don't have a Ripley making the catch for the Knights, but it looks like it's going to be against them. They've had a lot of penalties tonight.
Yeah, I believe it's blocking below the waist. You know that. We talked about that a couple weeks ago, and you know, they changed the rules in high school football this year. You cannot block below the waist anymore.
Save on injuries.
Yeah, I guess it is, but it really gives the big teams a real big advantage because they can push with their weight around where the littler teams at least had a chance before cutting the bigger players' legs off from underneath them, but they can't do that anymore. And we've seen a lot of those penalties so far this season.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 18. As the Knights are way back on their 17-yard line, clock moving, 5:14 left to go here in the first half of play. Back to pass, got a man there. Whoa! What a tackle by Russ.
Outstanding tackle.
But what a catch by number 7, that's Matthews, and boy, what concentration to hang on to
He
that.
was concentrating, but boy, he just really got decked too. He got
Looks like NFL football there.
Well, we're looking for a punt now. We've got Childress and Patterson back. I don't know how Patterson, you see that right hand of his, he's got it all, he's got a cast actually on there for that broken thumb.
Patterson's not a very big kid. We don't have the size and weights of Sandpoint. They don't want us to know.
No, apparently not, Larry.
Okay, Patterson 6'4", 250. As good snap from center. Ooh, Brannigan put some pressure on there. The kick's going to come down about the Knights' 43-yard line. It'll be good field position. Plenty of time left here in the first half for the Bulldogs to maybe try to get that score up there even higher. As we have some more sponsors to thank, we're going to have to do this. Well, Mama Luigi's and Club 21 is now sponsoring Bulldog football, and I'll tell you what, I've ate there a few times. I've really enjoyed the Mexican food and the Italian food. Mama Luigi's featuring authentic Italian cuisine. They use some great stuff on all their food down there, cheese and pasta and meats. And you just have to go down and eat. They're open from 4 until 10, Tuesday through Saturday, serving dinner. And then right next door is Club 21. We're going to tell you about them right after this play. Anderson in at quarterback. Back to pass. Looks over Brannigan over the middle. Going to pick up close to the first down, and he may have gotten it. I think he did. We'll wait and see.
It looks like about on the 29-yard line, which would be a first down.
Oh, Club 21. Lounge, they have that big 8x10 10-foot screen. I don't know if you've ever went and seen it, but Gayle, you got to get in there and see it. They Monday Night Football.
Oh yeah.
They show the Bulldogs on Wednesday night. Also Saturday college football, Thursday night special NFL, and I'm not sure on this, so don't quote me on this, but they may even open it up Sunday. We got let's hold off here for a minute. They got Sunday, they have maybe Seahawk football coming up, but they do serve Mexican food in there from, let me think of the time here in a minute and I'll tell you, but they serve Mexican food for lunch in there, and they also deliver it free. They have flags all over the place.
Scott Anderson jumped prior to the snap.
Food served from 11:30 to 3 on the lunches there, and they have enchiladas, burritos, nacho supreme. and ask about their flying saucer. That's all at Club 21, home of the 8-foot by 10-foot football screen. Get in there and see some football. Watch your favorite soap opera at lunchtime.
It is a beautiful screen. I've seen it.
It is.
Now, Larry, I just want to mention here, it appears that Coach Barlow is rotating his flankers in with the quarterbacks. James Patterson also is rotating in along with Scott Porter and Tom Russ now at that flanker position.
Well, it'll be 1st and 15. Bulldogs back up now to the 35-yard line. Pitch back to Plaster. He's got some running room. If he can break through a tackle or two, he's going to pick up some good yardage on it.
Not enough for the first down, it doesn't look like, Larry. It looks like he's about 3 yards short.
Well, they will pick up a lot of it, though. How could you even see that from where we're sitting, Gayle? Monitor?
Well, I've got a periscope that goes around the corner here.
I can't believe it. We're setting down for a change.
Yeah, this is great. It gets better every week.
I'm going to fall asleep.
Next week, I guess Moscow will be inside. I don't know what that's like down there.
I have no idea. It's been so long since I've been down there that I'm not sure. I'd hate to say. Malcolm trying to get around the corner. Flag on the play as Malcolm didn't get enough for the first down. And Anderson down, and he looks like he could be hurt. That's all the Bulldogs don't need is another injury. And he's can't tell if he's holding his arms or his ribs a little bit. Well, flags on the play.
We've got a new player coming in the game.
Vandenberg coming back in at quarterback. Let's hope Anderson's okay.
You see a 55 on there, Larry? Number 55 is in the game, and I don't see his number on there.
Well, we'll try to pick it up at halftime, find out who he is.
We try to keep, keep you aware of the new players in the game, but if they're not on the roster, we can't really tell who they are, unfortunately.
Oh, we have a timeout. Let's do the same. Bulldogs lead it 14-0. Right as the second, right at the half when it ends, I'll say we'll be back so you can get another one in, okay? All right. You're going to fall in the hand a lot of yeah, we're going to... Where you guys going on Wednesday? 6:30. Where is it? Go here. Rams. The second place team for the Bulldogs is the 38-yard line. 2:42 left to go in the first half of play, and Bulldogs leading at 14-0. Well, there's Plaster putting up the pass to Childers. Oh.
And boy, was he wide open. It just was a little bit overthrown, Larry. That would have been a beautiful play. He had about 10 yards and both defenders that were trying to cover him.
Well, that's the first time I've seen Plaster put the ball in the air, and he didn't look too bad. A nice pyro, and he just put it up a few yards past Childers. That would have been 7, no doubt about it.
No question about it. That number 55 just went out of the game now. He replaced Doug Marks, and that was Joe Holmes, we found out.
Okay. Well, I have not seen Anderson come back into the game since he walked off injured. And Vandenberg
isn't injured.
Vandenberg, oh boy, Vandenberg got plastered. As Plaster coming around the corner. And he picked up some good yardage, and I'm not sure if he got the first down.
First down.
It looks like he picked it up. Now he's going to be about 3-4 yards shy.
I used my periscope again on that one.
He got down to maybe the 22.
Yeah.
And it's going to bring up a 4th and 2. Well, they're going to bring Vandenberg back in and go for it.
We've got the Sandpoint version of the refrigerator, and Dave Valicic is in now. He went in for Tom Russ, so he's going to be in the backfield. So we're right behind the quarterback. Watch for that play.
They're going to give it to him. Oh, I think he got the first, though.
Yeah, I believe he did. I believe he did. So there's Sandpoint's refrigerator. Maybe, you know, there's only one refrigerator. Maybe we ought to call him the freezer.
Okay. Well, who is the freezer then?
Well, it'd be Dave Valto.
Okay.
Yeah,
We got to let the fans know that. So he got the first down, and it'll 2:27 left to go first half. Clock moving. Bulldogs still plenty of time to put it in. I thought we might see Thornton there for a minute, and we know that he can nail him that far out.
Yeah.
But good call by the coach. Picks up the first down. As Russ goes in motion, flags all over.
It looked like what East Valley was offside on that. You know, in high school football, once you come in a set position as a defender, you can't move. If you do, it's a penalty against you. It's a little bit different than in the pros and college. Those defensive linemen can move all over the place, but they can't in high school football.
Well, just a reminder that Sandpoint Motors is also one of our sponsors, and they still have that 2.4 and 2.9% financing going on. That's going to go on until October 9th. Along with a $1,500 rebate. You need to get in to see Sandpoint Motors. Name you can trust every time. They've been around since 1927. They're located on Cedar Street, downtown Sandpoint. And we're going to definitely talk more about them. Great home of Chevrolets, Oldsmobiles, Chrysler, Dodge, Plymouth. 2.4, 2.9% financing, along with a $1,500 rebate. Get in and see them today. Sandpoint Motors, downtown Sandpoint.
There's Valicic again, right through the center of the line.
He's going to get to about the 5. And speaking of Sandpoint Motors, Jack Parker has said that he's going to come up and talk to us one of these games. And of course, he has to be one of the all-time great Bulldog boosters.
Yeah, he's the #1 booster around here. Well, one of the #1 boosters. We've got a lot of them.
Oh, we got a lot of great ones.
He does a lot of great things for all of the youth in the community. He's done a lot of good things.
So the Bulldogs now with the second, and we'll call it about 1 from the 11. I said he got to the 5, but he didn't.
Valicic is lined up behind the quarterback again, so look for him to get the ball again.
Well, a minute 22 left to go.
He does.
And boy, he drives. Oh, takes a whole team to bring him down.
Yeah, well, you know, he's a pretty big boy. I think he goes around 190 pounds.
Well, he got the first down, so that's going to bring up, he got to about the 8. So the Bulldogs already leading 14-0. Could chalk up some more points going to that halftime locker room with a big edge here, Gayle.
I talked to Coach Foster this week, and
Anderson back in. That's good news.
Yeah, right.
Just thought I'd point that out real quick.
Yeah, really.
Malcolm, he can get around the corner, but I don't think so.
I didn't make it that time. They were waiting for him. But look for another play similar to this Valicic. There's another big lineman playing for the Bulldogs, and there's a good possibility they're going to get him in the game as a running back tonight, too. We'll wait and see. I talked to Coach Foster earlier in the week, and he was talking to me about him. Nick Kripe is his name, and I think Nick goes about 250 pounds.
Second and goal from the 8. Well, maybe he goes for how much?
Yeah, I think he does. He's a big boy.
Well, Plaster's not going to get in. He's going to get to about the 3, and there's only 13 seconds left to go, and the Bulldogs will call timeout. Let's do the same. Bulldogs lead at 14-0. Field goal. Well, just in case we're not off here, Gayle, we're going to keep it here. 11 seconds left to go.
What did he do? They got enough timeouts. They could try a running play and call timeouts as soon as the running play.
Well, let's look at it from the coach's angle, too, though. You know, Thornton's got that foot. They know he can put it through there. And 17-0 lead would be a lot better than 14. Say you fumbled it or an interception or you know, the Bulldogs have used a couple timeouts, so I'm not sure. I think at least 1 or 2. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, maybe they are out of timeouts, Larry. I don't know.
We are on a timeout. We're probably going to get this break in, but
yeah,
you never know. So we have to be professional.
Yeah, right.
Jeez, that's impossible. So Thornton, who hit on a 33-yard field goal
last week,
a 33-yard.
This could be a fake, too. They got enough time to run on a play if they've got another timeout.
Well, Anderson's the holder, so It is a fake. Plaster putting it up in the end zone. Childers intercepted. No, they knocked it down. Boy, almost an interception, though. So that was close, and I think East Valley was waiting for that.
That was a real rip-doozer of a play. I don't know what you'd call it. But,
It was dangerous.
Yeah, it was. Plaster came around like he was going to take it for a reverse and then ended up throwing the ball. But East Valley, they were right there to defend it.
Well, now they take Thornton out, and they only have 5 seconds left. Quick pass over the middle is about...
Yeah, I don't understand this.
Well, they got the ball on the 3. They could snap it and just throw it over the middle and probably call a timeout. If they don't catch it, it automatically stops the clock. And I think what Bart was thinking here is,
Well, he's going out to call a play in the huddle. So.
Well, you called the fake field goal, but now what I'm not understanding is 5 seconds left to go, unless they do a real quick pass play over the middle. And hopefully, you know, that it's only going to take about 3 seconds. You got to hope for that.
Maybe they'll bring their freezer in, Larry.
Yeah, but the trouble with running it is if you run it and don't get it in, time's up, and you don't get, and it's 4th down too. This is another thing we got to think of. This is 4th down, Gayle.
Yeah, you're right.
And ball
4th down, 5 seconds. This has got to be the last play of the half, I would think.
Okay, I never want to question the coach, but 4th down, you know Thornton's got the foot. Why not the field goal? You know, it's.
It'd be no question he could make it here. He hasn't missed an extra point or a field goal. The one extra point last week was because of the bad snap from the center.
Well, now Valdovich went out. He can be an M this time. Oh. So it's still
intended for Todd Bannigan, and it was way overthrown. He was heavily defended, though.
Well, 14-0 lead. Well, you got to try those things, you know.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, it would have been nice to go into the locker room with a 21-point lead at halftime because, like you said, East Valley, they're no slouch, and I'm sure their coach is going to have some nice things to say to them at halftime to get them fired up in the second half.
You got to give Coach Barlow a lot of credit here, too. He has a lot of positive attitude feelings towards this offense of his and his defense. And
they've been playing super well lately.
He's got to be thinking, hey, they've held them. They've proved their point. The offense has moved the ball. Let's go ahead and give them a shot for it. And East Valley will just run out the first half.
I was wrong, Larry. That was the last play.
Well, that'll do it for the first half. Bulldogs lead at 14-0, and we're going to be back. We're on a break. We're on a break. Just about ready to start the second half of play. I'm Larry Copley along with Gayle Dolesby. And just a quick shot of us up here. Gayle, don't get too nervous.
How about a quick rundown of the stats here for the first half?
Well, we're going to get to those as we're getting ready to probably move the camera back out onto the field as the Bulldogs are lining up for the kickoff. And they're leading at 14-0 as Thornton will kick off. Go ahead, give us some quick stats there, Gayle.
Stats for the first half: Sandpoint, first down 7, East Valley 5, rushing yards for Sandpoint 47-78 for East Valley. Passing yards, however, we got a big edge, 89-3 for East Valley. Total yardage for Sandpoint, 136 yards, and the total yardage for East Valley is 81 yards. Sandpoint had 35 yards assessed in penalties, and East Valley had 45 yards assessed in penalties. And of course, we know the halftime scores: Sandpoint 14 and East Valley nothing.
I don't know who the little girls were that brought me up the hot dog and the Sprite, but my thanks go out to them.
I was just questioning next door, you know, Peggy Turtle was going to bring us some cinnamon rolls this week, and apparently Rod's sick, so that's why we didn't get them.
Oh, well.
Maybe the next home game, if he watches this broadcast, we'll expect to see him at the next home game.
Well, let's hope Rod gets well real soon.
Yeah, we hope so.
Nice kick by Thornton down to the 5-yard line where Matthews takes it. Got some good running room. As he finally is brought down about the 32. Chilly tonight.
Yes, it has turned out to be a little chilly. It didn't feel that bad when we first started the game, but I think it's getting a little bit colder. Looks like the fog might be rolling in, Larry.
Well, if you notice that on your camera, most of that is fog that is coming through here, believe it or not. We had a little fog moving in. I seen snow on the high drive. Somebody told me there's new snow on the back of Schweitzer tonight. Cold, definitely cold enough to be snowing in the mountains. So elk hunting season opening tomorrow. It's going to be good for the hunters.
Be a good day for the hunters. It should be.
Oh, big hole up the middle for East Valley, and they're going to pick up about 8 on the play.
I didn't catch who made that tackle there.
I was drinking my Sprite. Just underway, third period of play, 11-17 left to go. In the third period, Bulldogs lead at 14-0. They had an excellent opportunity at the end of the half to score more points. And on a 4th and 4 on the last play, they elected to go for the touchdown and didn't get it. And a little surprising. I thought we'd see Thornton in there to try to make it 17-0. There's a handoff. Boy, they got a good runner there, number 23. And he's a hard man to bring down. Brings it over midfield to about the 42-yard line.
Chad Childress and Cliff Anderson were the tacklers on that play.
23 is Jeff Ripley of the Knights, and he looks like a hard man to bring down.
Well, yeah, he really got the momentum going there.
Well,
that'd be a good tackle to bring him down.
Let's keep that last play of the second half in mind, where the Bulldogs had a chance to extend that lead even more. And now East Valley comes out here in the second half, moving the ball quite well. So this could turn out to be quite the game yet. Fumble! He's got it.
Looks like the quarterback recovered his own phone. Looked like a bad hand from the center to the quarterback.
Well, one thing that makes this all possible is sponsors. And we like to take the time to thank them. And I know you've been out to the Sandpoint discount warehouses before. I've been out there myself, and they have great prices. And it's probably the lowest prices in the north. Only 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. And that's definitely for your convenience. So get out and see them at Sandpoint Discount Warehouse Market. We're going to talk more. Oh, nice tackle.
Todd Brannigan in Matty.
By Brannigan, but the only trouble is he didn't have the ball.
I wonder if he fooled Tom on that play. He certainly fooled us.
Well, when he got up without the ball, I was trying to locate it.
So much I didn't see who made the tackle on that play.
We'll bring up 3rd and 5 as we were talking about the Sandpoint Discount Warehouse Market. They have hot sheets that you want to check out because they're guaranteed to beat the average price of your competitors. So for more grocery for your dollars, shop Discount Warehouse and enjoy all the savings at Discount Warehouse Market in Sandpoint. 3rd and about 4, and there's Ripley. He's not going to pick it up. Good defense in there by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, John Nemi got a hold of him from behind. Just wouldn't let him go anywhere. That's a good tackle on John. Good play on John Nemi's play.
Well, Ripley has broke a few for him, but this time they were waiting for him. 9 minutes left to go here, 3rd period of play, and the Bulldogs holding on to a 14-0 edge. And boy, they need a victory here. Up that record to 3-2 and head for Moscow with a 2-game winning streak.
Be nice to have that momentum going for them. Yes, it would.
Well, they draw back to punt. I think I said 3rd. It's 4th down. Childers goes deep back to the 10. And is ready to kick is George Skidmore. It's a fake, but it's not going to be enough for the first down. And the Bulldogs, Tom Ruff, Cliff Anderson all in on the tackle. And the Bulldogs will take over on their own 35-yard line.
That's a great play, and that James Patterson and Jeff Ward were also in on that tackle. But good play by the Bulldogs defense.
So they dig in when they need to, and they take back over, and we'll see their offense for the first time here in the second half. Very impressed with it in the first half. You know, Bill Barlow and all the other coaches of the Bulldogs have to be proud of what these younger kids are out here doing. A lot of injuries that you were talking about earlier, and these kids have came in and taken over and done a great job. Vandenberg hands off to Plaster at the middle. Boy, Plaster just hit that line for 6.
Nice job on that.
Well, he's not afraid to be tackled, is he?
He carried a couple guys with him that time, too, yeah.
He really nailed him as he went through there.
Hey, real quickly, I want to mention about one of my neighbors is Rod McDonald, and he's a new teacher out of Prince River this year, and he's coaching their junior varsity team. And so far, they're undefeated, and I'll tell you about the scores here in just a minute.
Okay. 2nd and 5 for the Bulldogs. Anderson in at quarterback now. Malcolm fell down, and Anderson elects to, well, he's going to, he puts it up. They'll call a flag on that, no doubt about it.
There wasn't anybody around at all. He shouldn't have, well, of course, he didn't have much other choices.
Well, they'll lose the down is the problem, I think.
Yeah.
Not only do they get the penalty, but they lose the down, I believe.
Intentional grounding, yeah.
Well, the handoff was going to be to Malcolm. He fell down as he made his move, because they are in that muddy area of the field right now. And that part of the field, well, of course, it gets used the most during the game, too, but also they have the Spokane Orchestra in that setup this year, and it did damage a little part of that field. Yeah. But, of course, great crew that, it just makes me mad, Gayle. For some reason, the name of the man that keeps this field so well just escapes my mind for a minute. And
yeah, that's Mr. Holt, I think you're talking about.
Okay, you're right. Shame on me.
I believe it's Ray Holt. That was a 5-yard penalty from the point that he threw the ball and lost it down.
Plus a loss of down, so it's 3rd and 18. The pitch back to Foster, and he's going to slip and fall as he got it back to the 30-yard line.
I think that fog rolling in is making this field even slipperier, Larry.
It's a dangerous pitch out, especially if the field is wet and the playing conditions are as they are. But one thing that is good for both teams, that we haven't seen that rain that we've seen all day long. And at least that lane, I was here earlier, and you could look out in the lights, boy, and it was really coming down.
Yeah, it was pouring down there for quite a while. I'm glad it did let up, yes.
Patterson in now for the Bulldogs. He'll go wide right as Anderson will put it up with a kick. Nice kick by Anderson. High, deep. Got a hang time. And Patterson made the initial hit, and then to finish him off is Malcolm and Childers. Patterson right down. That was a good kick by Anderson. Stayed up high and won.
I believe that was Holinka and Childers on that. But yeah, Patterson did put him down. About that pre-service junior varsity, so far this year, they've defeated Newport 20-6, and they then defeated Wallace 12-8 last week, which they felt really good about that. And they defeated St. Mary's last night 24-8.
And that's your neighbor coaching, huh?
Yeah, he's doing a great job out there, I understand.
Oh, big hole up the middle, and watch out. Childers makes a touchdown saving tackle at the 40-yard line as moving it into Bulldog territory was number 32. That's Joe Hoffman. And, boy, he had a hole there.
Yeah, Childers definitely saved a touchdown. There wasn't anybody else between him and the goal. When he got through Childers, he went all the way for a touchdown, I'm sure of that.
Well, let me tell the people out there, if you're waking up feeling unrested and feel tired all day, you better check your mattress. And if your mattress is getting pretty old, it could make you sore and tired and hard to get up. And we're going to talk about Furniture Exchange here in just a sec. We'll watch the play first. As another hole, as Ripley is not going to get as much as the last play, but he gets it down to the 35-yard line. Anyway, if you're waking up tired, you really need to check that mattress out, No reason why that mattress should last as long as your car, You change your cars once in a while. Think about your mattress, because it's your back and legs and everything else. You need to stay healthy so you can get up and go to work and buy a new car.
I think you're going to talk me into going down and seeing Ernie. It sounds to me like, Larry. I guess I'll go down and see him Monday.
Well, there's no keys to trying. Nothing free, just good, honest prices at Furniture Exchange, where they have Simmons Fall Bedding Sale going on. They have twin sets starting at $180. And we'll watch the play, and I'll finish this. Well, we're going to put it up. No, they're not. And Brannigan with a beautiful tackle to nail him back at the 41-yard line. A loss of, let's call it about 6.
John Meany forced him out of the pocket and right in the arms of Brannigan. It was, but however, it was a good tackle by Brannigan.
As I was saying about Furniture Exchange, their fall bedding sale going on. Simmons, good mattress that you can trust. Their full sets start at $270, queens at $320, kings at $400, and they also have Beauty Rest, reduced prices, and plenty of selections. Please stop in at Furniture Exchange. Say hi to Ernie and the rest of them at the Furniture Exchange. They'll give you a great deal. 5 floors of beautiful furniture to choose from. 5:06 left to go here. Third period of play. We do have a timeout on the field, 14-0, as the Bulldogs digging in once again on defense. And that 14-0 right now holding up. Bulldogs struck early in the first period as they had a beautiful drive all the way down. Plaster took it in from 6. And then Childers intercepted the pass, brought it all the way back to about the 8 or 9 yard line, and from that, Malcolm took it in. And the Bulldogs led it 14-0. That's where we stand. And on a third down play, once again, East Valley not able to pick up that first down, and the Bulldogs will force them into another punting situation.
That was Lynn Plaster and Scott Anderson in on that tackle. Another thing about Priest River, I thought it was very interesting. Last week, apparently their varsity held Wallace to 8 points for the first 3 quarters before being defeated by Wallace. I think they ended up beating them like 30 or 24-8. I'm not sure.
You know, Wallace, their varsity team, still undefeated, 4-0, ranked 1 in the AA2 A2 standings, and
Strong team.
they beat. Last week they beat. Escapes my mind. It was another shutout. Oh, they beat Priest River.
Yeah, they beat Priest River, right? That's what I was talking about. And, but Priest River gave them a tough one. First 3 quarters, like I say, they held them to 8 points.
So it was 8-0 at the time, but they came back to win it. Of course, I think it was 20-something to nothing, or
Yeah, 24-8 or something like that.
And the team we never like to talk about, we don't like to give them any airtime whatsoever, the Coeur d'Alene Vikings. So right now they're ranked number 2 in the state, and I think they're underranked because they're knocking teams off one by one, and they defeated University of Spokane 52-0, just to give you an idea of their power. And of course, they're coming up last game of the year, but the way the Bulldogs are improving, who knows? May give them a matchup this year. Plaster, no, that's Malcolm, I believe, with a good hole up the middle, as he's going to pick up about 6 on the play.
That was a good run by Malcolm. Yeah, and I believe that Wallace is playing Moscow tonight.
Well, that should give us an idea of what Moscow's all about.
Yeah, it should. It should.
Of course, I don't think the Bulldogs even played 50% the night they played Wallace, and I'm sure they could have gave them a lot better game than the 33-0 score. I'd like to see this same Bulldog team go out and play them again. Not taking anything away from Wallace. Oh, good defense in there by
I
East
think
Valley.
that East Valley probably been watching some films. That was that same play where they faked to the runner going one direction and handed to the other one, and they were standing there waiting for him that time.
Clock running down to 3 minutes here in the third period of play, and the Bulldog defense still hanging in there tough as they've shut East Valley out so far, and they lead at 14-0. They had an excellent opportunity at the end of the second half, or at the end of the first half, to increase that score, but just couldn't get the ball into the end zone. East Valley's defense dug in them and held. Vandenberg at quarterback. They're facing a 3rd and 4. He's going to put the ball up. He's got a man there. Nice diving catch by Shell, and knocks the ref down.
Well, actually, the ref looked on that wet turf over there, but it looks like he got a first down.
It looks like it. Well, maybe Shell didn't knock it down, because if he would have, I'm sure he would have marked the ball. I'll get even with you.
Yeah, he tried to stop it. He just went right down on his seat.
Well, we'll give Shell the credit on that one, because he made a diving catch for it. And
yeah, he certainly had to adjust to make that catch. He made a great catch.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from the 27-yard line. And their offense tonight is, they've elected to pretty much keep it on the ground lately, but with the field conditions, you can't blame them. As Plaster gets it out to the 31 and gain of about 4. Electrocraft from Sandpoint. I'd like to mention them real quick. One of our good sponsors. And they have a big electronics sale going on, 5% over the cost on Sony products, including video cameras, TVs, and monitors, VCRs, and complete home entertainment systems. It's an Electrocraft, the Inland Empire's audio video experts. And they have 3 stores to serve you. Of course, the one you're interested in right here in Sandpoint, 400 Cedar Street, the County Mall. And get down and see them. Yeah, big sale going on. That's all at Electrocraft. Great products. Bulldogs ball, 2nd and 7. Clock moving, 3rd period of play. Vandenberg pitches back to Plaster. He's going to put it up again. He's got Brannigan. Almost intercepted by Matthews. Good defense, and he was well covered on that play.
Yeah, he certainly was. And The other couple of injuries I'd just like to mention real fast here, Larry, that I didn't get to in that first half. One conference, who's another one of those outstanding sophomores, he suffered a concussion at West Valley, and he's going to be out at least 2 more weeks. He's got to go in for more tests next week, and whether he'll be able to play again or not is undetermined. They think maybe he might be back in 2 weeks. We got one more I'll talk about later.
Anderson wants to put it up, puts it up deep. It's going to be picked off. And we're going to have an interference ball.
Yeah, there definitely was interference on that play, and the referee was right on top of it. Threw his flag. The receiver, Chad Childress, was trying to get in position to catch the ball, and the defender was keeping him, holding him from doing this.
I'm going to be fair about this, because if that was an NFL play, it would not have been interference. And the reason being is the ball was underthrown. And Childress could have never got back to it anyway. And of course, that's the new NFL ruling. But in high school football, you can't, Childress had to turn side to come back, and he was just being defended. So it's really an actual big break for Sandpoint, because that could have went either way.
Well, there's a lot of different rules between the high school and the NFL. And college is somewhere in between the two. One more injury I'd like to talk about is Matt McNulty, and he sprained an ankle and was out for a couple weeks, but I understand he's back for this game, although I don't know whether he's suited up or not. He's another sophomore that does a really good job as a lineman.
It's going to be a big first down for the Bulldogs to their own 45-yard line after the interference call. And see, we still have Matthews talking about it with the ref down here.
And besides that volleyball game last night, Larry, too, we had 3 other contests going on for the high school, and we'll talk about those in a little while. 2 of them were, one of them was successful.
Clock moving, minute left to go, third period of play. Vandenberg back to pass again. Bulldogs are going to put it up, puts it up over the middle. Childress is there. Makes the catch at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, he had 3 defenders around him, Larry, and he just stepped right in front of him and took that ball. It was an excellent pass by Vandenberg.
You know, we always give the credit to the receiver or the quarterback, but you have to give credit to that offensive line this time, because Vandenberg had all day long to throw it.
He gave him good protection. That offensive line is doing a great job tonight. They've been giving the quarterback time. They really have.
Holinka, we have Ligdon, Anderson, Nemi, Marks. They're all doing a great job up there.
Holinka. Yeah.
Fumble, and Anderson gets it back after a couple yards.
Well, looks like Anderson was moving out from behind the center before he got the ball that time. He was getting a little over anxious, but that's okay. They're doing a great job.
Well, Vandenberg back into the game. Shell will come out.
Another contest last night. The girls soccer team had its first match last night against West Valley. They got defeated 3-0, but the coach, Frank Delmeyer, said that the score didn't indicate as close as the game was, and it was a good game, and he felt real good about it. He's got a real young team this year.
Russ goes in motion. Oh, East Valley jumps offside, so that'll be a big break for the Bulldogs.
Getting back to the girls soccer team, he expects them to be an improved team as the season goes on by next year, because he does basically have a real young team this year. And he lost one of his real solid players, one of the young girls. I think it's not Carrie is the older one. I can't remember the younger one's name, but apparently she hurt a leg or an ankle and be out for the season. Last night also the freshman football team on this field, and they, well, we're going to have a timeout now.
No, we're going to go ahead and keep talking. Well, no, we'll go ahead. Well, they're just changing at the end of the quarter, so we'll go ahead and hold it here. I don't think we'd have the time, so.
We'll talk a little bit about the freshman game here last night. Scott Steen defeated, you might as well say defeated Lakeland. He scored both touchdowns and converted both extra points for the Bulldogs. The first touchdown was on the opening kickoff. He ran it all the way back for about a 90-yard touchdown run. He had another run last night. I think it was about 28 yards for the touchdown. Converted both of them real easy. There's another good, strong soccer-style kicker that we've got coming up in the program. we certainly do have a good kicking game in Sandpoint, and I think it's a tribute to the good soccer program we have here that develops those kickers.
2nd and 7, Bulldogs on East Valley's 30-yard line. Russ will go in motion. As Vandenberg takes a handoff, looks downfield. He's got Brannigan. Great catch, touchdown Bulldogs.
Yeah, Brannigan went right up over the top of the defender that time. He had to slow down a little bit for that ball, but he went up in the air and took it away and stepped into the end zone. He was following the 3-yard line, kicking the end zone for the touchdown.
Another good example of that offensive line for the Bulldogs. As Vandenberg had all day long to look for Brannigan, and Brannigan caught it about the 3 and took it in. Bulldogs increased their lead 20-0.
Yeah, what is that, make number 6 now for Todd Brannigan?
Boy, I'm losing count.
I think
it is 6.
Let's see, there was 1 in Bottoms Ferry.
2 in East Valley, 2 at West Valley, and 2 in Kellogg. And 1 here tonight, so that's 6.
Yeah.
Thornton puts another one through.
He hasn't missed, Thornton hasn't. Like I said earlier, last week he missed 1 extra point, but that was because there was a bad snap to center. Never had the opportunity to try to kick it.
21-0, Bulldogs lead it. Well, Mama Luigi's in Club 21 are helping sponsor tonight's game, and they're on First Street downtown Sandpoint. Mama Luigi featuring fine Italian food, and they're open from 4 until 10 Tuesday through Saturday. And if you like good Italian food, you'll love their meals. So get in and see them and enjoy a good meal. Right next door, Club 21 Lounge, home of the 8-foot by 10-foot TV screen, now featuring great Mexican lunches Monday through Friday from 11:30 until 3. You can enjoy enchiladas, burritos, nacho supreme, ask about their flying sausages, and a lot more Mexican food. Plus, they have free delivery, so if you can't get out, give them a call, they'll bring it to you. Big screen football, your favorite daytime soaps, and other giant TV viewing. That's Club 21 and Mama Luigi's on First Street, downtown Sandpoint. Thank you for sponsoring Bulldog football.
Some of these special teams players I'd like to mention are out in the field. We got Harvey Hernandez and Steve Miller, Bill Peterson, Balasich, Scott Porter, Joe Holmes. They're all members of that special teams that aren't regular starters. I'd like to mention their names at this time.
Another nice kick by Thornton, high and deep, back on the 5. As East Valley is trying to run it out. Boy, they got an open field, and Thornton has to make the catch. So I guess the kicker does other things besides kick the ball.
I think you said catch. I believe that was a tackle, Larry.
Well, you know, it's getting late in the game.
We know what you meant anyway.
When you're leading, you can get away with anything.
Yeah, the Bulldogs have to be feeling really good right now, and boy, they're looking good too, Larry. They're getting stronger every game, the way I see it.
It's going to make the fans happy too, you know. They won their homecoming. This is their second home game. It looks like right now we don't want to get too anxious with it, but it looks like they're going to pull off their second win in a row and second win at home, so they'll be undefeated at home. And of course they go to Moscow next week, then they come back for 3 more, and then of course their last game was away with Coeur d'Alene. As the Bulldog defense still digging in.
Yeah. There's Todd Brannigan and Cliff Anderson in on that tackle. Cliff must not be hurt. He's playing on defense too.
Well, I've seen him kind of walking around like it is not feeling all that great.
It's like one arm might be hurting or something, but he's not giving up. Looks like we got still basically the same defensive team in there.
From the 49, the Knights have it. And it's going to be short of the first down. It gets down to about 45. They got about 4 yards left to go.
Tom Russ was in on that tackle for the Bulldogs that time.
Well, it's going to bring up 3rd and a long 4.
Defense is digging in.
Talking about rankings here not too long ago. Of course, Wallace ranked number 1 in the A2 division, Coeur d'Alene 2 in the A1 division. Ballin rated number 1 in the A4 division. So North Idaho is kind of tearing everybody apart right now. There's a nice pass, good catch in there by Matthews. And that'll be enough for the first down to the 38-yard line in Bulldog territory.
Good diving catch by him. He couldn't have been but about a foot or 2 off the ground when he got that ball.
We notice East Valley players hold hands in the huddle. That's an old NFL thing they used to do.
Yeah, a couple teams used to do that, wasn't it? Sold out the Eagles, I believe. They were green and white just like East Valley. Ooh. Good defense. Tom Rusk,
Scott
Anderson, and Glenn Plaster on that tackle.
We got the band right below us, a little music.
Yeah.
Want to get up and dance, Gayle?
It sounds good. Actually, the last time I remember playing our ears was a little bit louder than that. That was down at West Valley, if you remember.
I don't want to talk about West Valley.
Did you make your back hurt, Larry?
Oh, I'll tell you what. I'm glad that we play him here next year.
Yeah.
As that defense digs in again.
Oh, yeah. Whole left side of the line, you had Marks in there, you had Russ, you had Plaster, you had Armstrong.
It's going to bring up third, and let's call it 9, so clock still moving, 9:14.
I said Armstrong, I meant Anderson, Scott Anderson on that tackle. Good job by the defense. Good job. Followed that play well and really gang tackling nice.
Well, we're going to put it up. Oh, and it's batted down. I think Brannigan got a hand on it.
Scott Brannigan went right up in the air and knocked that back
Right over the quarterback's head. Good defensive play.
So it's going to bring up a 4th down. I'm kind of surprised that they're not going to kick, are they? Trailing 21-0, 8:48 to go. They got it in Bulldog territory at 38. Well, if they do line up and kick, I'd almost say it's going to be a fake.
Yeah. Well, they tried that one fake already, Larry.
So it looks like the Bulldogs are going to increase their record to 3-2. And that's well, it ties the wins that they had all season last year. And the way they're playing right now, they could win a few more games. He is going to kick it, and not a very good one. Well, it bounces right about the 12 and goes out, so it is a good one. Yeah, that is. Looks like it was angling out faster than that. I need to get some spots in here. Like the bug Tom. Well, no, we're on the air, Gal.
We're on the air?
Yes. First we're on the air.
Okay.
We need a cue person up here to let us know we're, you know. So the Bulldogs will have it from their 12.
Got some of the fans up there in the press box are anxious for the Bulldogs to score another touchdown.
Here's a reverse. And boy, I'll tell you what, that was just a good defensive effort in there by number 23. That's Ripley, one of their halfbacks.
If Plaster got around him, he might have had a chance to go all the way.
Ripley just sidestepped a block and made a good individual tackle. There wasn't anybody left to bring Plaster down if he would have got by that. But he picked up, let's call it 5. Actually 4, so it's 2nd and 6, 8-12, clock moving. And it looks like the Bulldogs will go to 3-2. West Valley will go to 1-2, or East Valley. Big hole, well, I didn't see it happen there. I went with Plaster, I thought he had the ball. And now I can't see, can you see?
Yeah, it was really Plaster with the ball, and looks like he gained a few yards. But it's a real bad angle for us on that last play. I don't even know whether the camera got it or not.
Tom doesn't miss a thing. Most of it.
We got Valicic is back in now at that running back position behind the quarterback. So watch for the handoff to Valicic, number 77.
Now it goes to Malcolm, and I think he's going to be way shy of the 1st down, which will bring up a 4th down.
That might have been a diversion on the Sandpoint part that time.
So I think we'll see Cliff Anderson in here to kick for us. And right after Anderson kicks, we're going to take a break.
All right.
We're just going to notify our people down the line.
Scott moves into center on this punt.
So Matthews drops back to his own 47-yard line. Anderson with a good snap from center. It's off a fairly good kick.
And away from him.
He's going to get part of a Bulldog bounce. And Childers right there to nail him at the 47. Bulldogs lead it 21-0. We'll be right back. What was it?
51-50.
I think even if we miss it, probably got. Right? Huh? Oh, they don't care. Just fill in case we go all the way for a touchdown. If not, because we got to get him in anyway, right? You could stick one in right after my interview with the principal.
James Patterson.
Oh, well. But I'm going to have you fill that in. We got to get some spots in here. So we're going to miss one play. .57, second down, and Gayle, we were off during that pass play by East Valley. A good defense in there by the Bulldogs as the pass fell incomplete. We'll have you tell us about it in a minute. There's a nice pass, though. But he gets it back. No! I believe the Bulldogs have it.
I believe they do now.
Yes, they do.
Got Tom Russ in that tackle, and he knocked it loose from their receiver, number 72. And the Bulldogs did recover. I couldn't see who.
Plaster came up.
Plaster came up with the ball. Great job.
We have an injured man down the field right now, too. We're going to take another break. Score 21-0. Bulldogs lead at fourth period. One more. Oh, they took him off.
Oh, no.
Well, just in case we're back on the air, it's 6:33 left to go. Clock moving, fourth period to play. Bulldogs pick up a fumble recovery. They have the ball again. And, we got a flag on the play.
The ice box gets 4 yards.
Let's go with that one. Okay, Gayle, we're back, and we did miss one Bulldog play, but it was a penalty on East Valley anyway, so it's going to... Bulldogs only picked up a couple yards on the run, but...
Yeah, that was a face mask penalty there on that 15 yards. Give the Bulldogs a first down on the 30-yard line.
Face mask.
Face mask penalty.
Where he just kind of grabbed the guy, by his mask and
right
throwing
by the
him
head. I don't even know who even grabbed. I guess it was a ball carrier that time.
Flags before we can even get started. A big thanks to Pacific Far West Insurance for sponsoring this game tonight. Bring us your policy for a new quote, and we can save you money on the same-day quote. They take pride in their quality, and I'll tell you what, Pacific Far West Insurance, you'll meet some of the greatest people in the world down there. Go in and talk to them. Debbie will help you out at the desk, and there's a lot of others that will talk to you about your policy. They have Allstate, Northwestern, National, Mission, American, Equitable Life Insurance, the Pacific Far West Insurance, and we're here to serve your professional and business needs and personal needs. Stop in and see him today.
Valovich is in line up at the halfback position again, right behind the quarterback.
Fumble! East Valley has it. I think that wasn't supposed to go to the quarterback. I think it was one of those things in between the legs, which would have went to Belichick, I think, and it just...
must have hit somebody on the leg and went out to the side, and one of the East Valley players dropped right on top of him.
So an exchange of the fumble here in the 6-minute mark. And East Valley will have it back, but they're running out of time as the Bulldogs lead at 21-0. Scored 2 touchdowns in the first period of play. And then Touchdown pass to Brannigan, his 6th of the year in the 3rd period. Well, just the start of the 4th period is where the Bulldogs got their points from. Malcolm scored tonight, Plaster scored, and Brannigan with another catch. New quarterback in for East Valley. And big rush in there put on by Russ. Made him throw it a little bit early.
Yeah, that was good defense on Russ, and he did have to get rid of it early, and the receiver was nowhere in position to catch the ball. Good defense by the Bulldogs. I'm really impressed. They just seem to be getting better all the time, Larry.
That's because I keep wearing my Canadian shirt without washing it.
One of these times I have to sit down a little bit away from you, I guess.
One of these days I'm going to have to put it in the wash machine. Well, we'll have it ready for next Friday. Flags are on the ground as the pass is completed, but let's hold off, see what the penalty is.
Yeah, good coverage on that play by looks like Russ and Scott Anderson. 88. Adam Dewey was in on that play. He's new in the game.
Boy, West Valley brought a lot of fans tonight.
Yeah, they sure did. We got those 3 stands over there look to have be pretty full.
Well, maybe Tom will give us a shot at that pretty quick. A lot of West Valley fans here tonight, and I'm kind of surprised. That's, I think, the biggest crowd we've had tonight. There, Tom's getting a little bit of a view of them. 2 sections of them pretty well full. And we're back to action as East Valley. I said West Valley through that. It is East Valley. Well, I got a right to be wrong once in a while, I hope. Good pursuit by Brannigan. Nice! Nice defense by Patterson. Got a hand up in there to knock it down.
Yeah, that would have been a reception, definitely. He just got there at the right time and deflected that ball over the head of the passing field. Good play by Patterson.
Oh, is there anything we haven't talked about tonight, Gayle?
Well, not that I can think of at this point.
Moscow next week. Bulldogs volleyball team still undefeated. They go to Moscow too, the day after, I believe.
Well, we've got that the JV team played in Libya last night. I'll talk about that in a minute.
3rd down, 15 for East Valley. Good rush by Anderson. It's going to be picked off by Childers. Second interception of the night for Chad Childers, and he's playing one well in the game.
That ball was a little bit underthrown, but Chad was covering the receiver really well, and he just stepped right in front of him. The receiver grabbed him by the jersey, but he hung in there and made the reception. Or the interception, I should say.
Made the interception at the 48. Notice how quick I called that.
Yeah, before it even happened. I didn't know you could see that far, Larry.
I'll tell you what, I can see a lot of things, Gayle. 5:24 clock moving. Bulldogs have won their 3rd game, 2nd in a row. As there goes Plaster. He's going to pick up the 1st down as he moves it down to the 37-yard line. And now we got a flag.
Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of maybe a lookup going on over there. I didn't see who was the real upset for the Bulldogs. I think it was Holinka. There was about 4 East Valley players, and it is against East Valley.
Well, they got to be a little frustrated here, down 21-0. The Bulldogs still moving it well on them.
That's an unsportsmanlike conduct against East Valley. 15-yard play from that, 15-yard penalty from that point, I would think. Yeah, that JV contest last night in Libby, it was really strange. In Montana, sometimes they have their own rules, but I understand at halftime they informed the coaching staff that if the game did end in a tie, they would have some sort of a...
At the end of the second half, you mean, right? Or at the end of half?
At the end of the half, they told them that, you know, I don't know what the score was at that point, that if the game did end in a tie, that they would flip a coin and the winner would get the ball on the opposing team's 10-yard line, and if they scored, they would get 2 points.
If they didn't score, then the other team would get to try it?
I don't know how that would work, but it ended up that Libby did win the toss of the coin at the end of the game, and they scored 2 points, and so ultimately they won 14-12 over Sandpoint.
Oh, that's weird.
And that, go ahead.
Good tackle in there by number 25 of East Valley. Super defense by Mark Miller.
Steve Shell's limping, and I don't know whether he's coming out of the game or not, but he is limping. Anyway, it was an unfortunate loss for the JVs. Apparently, on that team that they played in Libby, there were some varsity players on it also.
Well, we have another penalty, and it's going to be another big one against East Valley.
And a personal foul there.
45, I think, might have just been ejected from the game. Now, when all that stuff was going on before, on the other side of the field, he was the one still yelling after the ref called the penalty. He was still pointing at Sandpoint players, and he comes right back a player or two later. And
yeah, I think it is. He went out off the field and threw his helmet, and he's picking the turf right now. The referee went over and told the coach apparently he is out of the game. I didn't really see what he did.
Well, personal fouls can end up injuring somebody, and I think the refs are right to boot somebody out of the game.
There's no place for that, Larry.
No.
Balicic is in the game. Look for that play.
Oh, big hand off the plaster and bring it back.
Yeah, there was a motion on the Bulldogs. That was an excellent play. He faked to Balicic, who went through the hole first, and Plaster was right behind him, and Balicic opened a huge hole, and it would have been good except for the penalty.
There is a penalty, and the ball is right down to the goal line, and that's a shame. Good run by Plaster, but they're going to bring it all the way back.
That offensive line did one heck of a job that time. It looks like Brian Holika still in there, and Scott Anderson, Joe Holmes is in there, and Doug Marks. So they did an outstanding job on that play.
So the ball is going to be brought back to about the 17, and where it would be first in inches for a touchdown. It's going to bring up 2nd and 6 with 4:44 left to go in this game. You know, another thing, this could be the Bulldogs' second shutout of the year.
Yeah, yeah, you're right, Larry.
They did shut out Bonners, and Bonners is even their record up to 2-2, and they've impressed a few teams. So here's the Bulldogs' defense when they, oh, fumble.
Looks like we might have got it back. On that last play in the game, too, Jerry Banks just came in the game, and Scott Neer, they were the split ends on that last.
East Valley did get the ball, by the way, Gayle.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, we got some wild fans tonight.
Yeah, next door we're in a little bit different position here, and they're getting pretty vocal. They're excited about the lead that Sandpoint has. They're calling for blood. They want more points.
Well, you know, they need to be happy.
Oh, yeah, they certainly do. It's exciting to watch them do this year. They're just doing great, the Bulldogs are.
Well, we got a trick play coming up. What's the trick? Pass down the right side. Oh, Brannigan just about nailed him. There's a nice pass, almost intercepted by Patterson.
Yeah, it was a little bit out of number 9 receiver position, and Patterson almost did get that deflected on that for a reception.
So with 3:59 left to go, East Valley, after a fumble recovery, has it 2nd and 10. Sure, it's fun to do games when you win.
Yeah, I'm having a great time.
So you're going to be the junior varsity soccer coach this year, huh, Gayle?
Yeah, next spring, I guess.
Oh, I'll wish you the best. Well, another pass being put up. Matthews out there. Oh, should have had it. Pass right in his arms out at the 35-yard line. He just couldn't hang on to it. So we'll move the ball all the way back to their own 14 again, and they'll bring up 3rd and 10. It would have been a nice gain.
Well, see, at this time, it sure has been fun doing these games with you, Larry, and I've really been having a great time.
That's just because I'm so good and fun to be with, Gayle. Oh, we should mention our cameraman tonight, Tom Wright of Community View Channel 5. Jake Roop still helping out on camera work down on the field a little bit tonight. And oh, Brannigan nails him. And I don't know if they'll consider that a fumble. Yes, they will. But East Valley gets it back. Brannigan just playing a whale of the game tonight.
Yeah, and Scott Anderson was the one that was in that play also.
So it's going to bring up 4th, and we'll call it
About 16.
16 on the 8. And I don't know if they're going to punt. This could be, well, we're going to punt it. They don't want to see the Bulldogs put any more points on. They've already lost it. So Childers deep, back around.